We've all seen it. You're scrolling, and your favorite creator is unboxing a new product. And what looks like just a casual share is actually part of a massive, super sophisticated industry. So today, we're going to break down the strategy, the psychology, and the future of influencer marketing.
And when I say massive, I really mean it. By 2026, the global influencer marketing industry is projected to be worth over $32 billion. Now, that's not just a trend, right? That is a fundamental shift in how brands connect with people. So what exactly is it?
Well, at its core, it really all comes down to trust. Think about it this way. You're way more likely to try a new restaurant that a friend recommends, someone whose taste you actually trust, than one you just saw on some random billboard. Well, influencers, they act as that trusted friend, just on a huge scale, using the credibility they've spent years building with their followers.
But why does this work so well? I mean, it's not magic, it's pure psychology. Let's dig into the key drivers that make these recommendations feel so genuine and honestly, so powerful.
It really boils down to 4 key things. First, you've got social proof. Our brains are just wired to trust something if we see other people we admire using it. Then there are parasocial relationships, which is that strange but powerful feeling that we actually know the creators we follow. It makes their recommendations feel super personal. Third, brands get to tap into these super focused niche communities, like vintage comic book fans or vegan bakers. You can reach exactly the right people. And the glue holding it all together? Authentic storytelling. It just feels real, and it connects way more than some polished corporate ad ever could.
Okay, so if you're a brand, how in the world do you pick the right creator? Your first instinct might be, go for the biggest audience possible. But the strategy today is way more nuanced than that. It's really about finding the right fit, not just the biggest name.
And what's really interesting here is the trade-off. Yeah, mega influencers give you incredible reach, but look at that cost. Wow. For a lot of brands, the real sweet spot is actually further down this list. As you move into the micro and nano influencers, sure, the reach gets smaller, but the audience becomes way more targeted. The cost drops like a rock, and that connection with the community, it often gets much, much stronger.
Which, of course, brings us to the most important question. If your goal is to get people to actually do something, is a massive follower count the thing you should be looking at, while the data suggests something totally different?
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? Micro and nano influencers are seeing average engagement rates between 3 and 8%. Now compare that to the 1 to 2% that most brand-owned channels get. This right here is proof that a smaller, way more engaged audience is often so much more valuable than a massive, passive one.
Okay, so we get the why and the who. Now let's look at the what's next, because this industry is evolving so fast, driven by new tech and an even bigger demand for authenticity. First up, AI. And forget just looking at follower counts. AI platforms are now digging into deep audience data. We're talking about finding creators whose followers not only love hiking, but have also recently searched for sustainable camping gear. It's about finding that absolute perfect creator brand fit to get the best possible return.
And with this much money flying around, the industry is also getting really serious about fraud. There are new third-party tools that can scan an influencer's audience, sniff out fake followers and bots, and verify that all their engagement is real. It's all about protecting brands from wasting their budgets.
And then there's the format. Honestly, it's not even a choice anymore. Vertical video, we're talking TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, that is the language of social media today. It's short, it's engaging, the algorithms love it, and most importantly, it's where everyone's attention is.
We're also seeing this big strategic shift toward way deeper integration. This means moving away from just one-off posts and into long-term partnerships. It means building e-commerce right into the content with shoppable posts. And it means shifting how people get paid, moving to performance-based models where creators get rewarded for driving actual sales, not just for posting.
So what does all of this add up to? Well, it's a huge move away from what we call vanity metrics, like just follower counts, and towards strategies that create genuine, measurable value for everybody involved.
So you can really see the evolution here. The old way was just chasing follower counts with these one-off campaigns, hoping for broad reach. The 2026 strategy? It's all about building authentic, long-term partnerships that focus on niche communities. And this is the most important part, a measurable return on investment, or ROI.
And that focus on ROI, it absolutely pays off. On average, for every single dollar a brand invests in a well-run influencer campaign, they see a return of $5 to $6. I mean, that is a seriously powerful business case.
Ultimately, it all just boils down to this.
No matter how much the platforms change or the technology evolves, the core principles for success are pretty much timeless. It has to feel authentic, it has to be relevant to the audience, and you have to be able to measure the results. Simple as that.
So as we wrap up, here's the final thought. The whole conversation has shifted. It is no longer about the size of the megaphone. It's about the quality of the conversation. So the real challenge now is to find those true champions who can connect with their community in a way that a billboard never, ever could.